Carolina on the ride. Carolina on the ride.
What's up, Panther Nation? Bill Mack here once again with my review and another edition of the Panther Prowl. Glad you folks could join me for another edition, folks. I'm glad the game literally got over about 5, 6, 7 minutes ago. I wanted to hop on here and give you my review as soon as possible. Panther Nation, you know, we desired that. We're back at 500, 2-2 for the year. It's been a great game. Of course, we were at Bank of America Stadium today, Panthers home game. They were playing host to the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona came in 2-1. You know, they dropped the game last week. You know, I was more or less just hoping that we could pull together, continue off the win that we got last week against the Chargers, and boy, did we do it. Our offense, of course, kept getting better. Our defense kept getting better, and I was just overall happy with the results that our teams, as a total team effort. And as a Panther fan, this is what you want to see. You want to see your teams getting better, your teams gelling, your offense, your defense, you know, your special teams. You want them all gelling. The more chemistry, like I said, this is a weird season for the NFL. You know, during this pandemic and everything that's going on in the world today. You know, with things going on with no training camp and no preseason games. It's more or less adjust on the fly, get better each week, hoping your team will continue to get better. That's what we did today's game. So I'm going to jump right into some notes here and give you my opinion as well. Now, Mike Davis had a great game. Mike Davis actually, on the first drive, the Panthers, got theirs only. The Panthers got their first rushing touchdown of the game by Mike Davis. It was a 1-yard run. It was the first rushing touchdown that Arizona has given up out of all 3 games leading up to this game here. Of course, on the second position, and was it the play of the game? To me, in my opinion, Teddy Bridgewater came out, had an awesome juking and jiving rushing touchdown. You know, he was able to get in there. We had our rushing game was on. The facets of the rushing game complemented the passing game as well. You know, we would wonder just how well with Davis and the rest of the rushing attack, Reggie Bonifant, Curtis Samuel, all those that were in. And I think they've done a great job. I think their rushing game is holding up well and is keeping defenses honest, so they're not just trying to make the Panthers a one-dimensional team. However, we do see that that Teddy Bridgewater does happen to make a mistake. His only one early in the first quarter. He throws an interception to Patrick Peterson, who gets the first interception for Arizona and their defense all season long. Panthers end up giving up a touchdown, of course, off the turnover, and Robbie Anderson up to that point had 5 catches for 74 yards, so forced to be reckoned with. Now we talk about Carolina's defense. Carolina's defense held the offense to 94 total yards the whole first half. So our defense played like it needed to. We had to somehow, like I said in my preview video, we had to contain Murray. And for the most part, other than a good drive that they had where they scored their first touchdown, Murray scampered away. They kept bringing 5 guys, and we would have Tahir Whitehead either be, or Shaq would be that spy back that would watch Murray. And for the most part, and then when it kind of went away in that defense, he kind of got 2 good runs on them that kept the drives, and of course eventually they scored. But as we go to the first half, like I said, Davis had 1 rushing touchdown. He was 9 carries on 48 yards at the half. Murray, 13 of 18 for only 54 yards and that 1 touchdown to give an account for in the first half. You know, so really proud of them. So we go to the second half, and right off the opening drive of Arizona, Panthers ended up getting a sack and a forced fumble on the opening drive. Sorry for the stumble there. I was trying to remember in my head. I didn't write down who it was. I believe it's Gross Matos, I believe is his name. I don't slay me in the comments if I can't remember the guy's name. I had it wrote down. He was, of course, injured as I gave you the injury report in the preview, but he actually played the game. He's got the stirrup sack, and of course they got the forced fumble. Shaq Thompson got the fumble, and that ended up Teddy Bridgewater hitting Ian Thomas in the end zone, in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. So the Panthers themselves scored points off of turnovers, and that's what you got to do. If you get turnovers, try to get your some points off those turnovers. Murray, of course, he did get a pass in the corner to Kurt on that drive I was telling you about, and that was in the third. That was in the third quarter. I thought it was in the first, but it was the third quarter. The Panthers much more effective in the red zone. Remember last week and the week before, they were really bad with not bringing touchdowns in. Once you get in a red zone, you try to maximize that. You try to get more points. You'd rather have touchdowns than field goals once you get inside the red zone. The Panthers, of course, much more efficient this week. They made 5 trips into the red zone, 4 touchdowns out of that. So that was great. They actually were getting the ball, getting down there, putting points in on the board, putting touchdowns on the board. I'll take a touchdown over a field goal any day of the week. Sly, however, did miss a field goal attempt, on that drive. Sly was 1 of 2 today with extra points, and 1 of 2 in field goals. He was 4 of 4 in extra points. So got us for extra points. Missed 1 of his 2 field goal attempts. So not bad if the Panthers are scoring a touchdown. I'll take 1 or 2 field goal attempts all game long if that means we're putting points on the board and getting touchdowns, which is what that offense was doing. They were coming up, and there was a lot of penalties between both teams in there. Panthers had at least 10, 11 penalties. Most of them were there were 4 of them on a drive that allowed 1 of the touchdowns by Murray. So we get down to the end of the game. Like I said, I'm going to give you a breakdown of it. I try not to keep it on too long. Of course, Teddy Bridgewater, he was 26 of 37. He had 276 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown and an interception. Mike Davis finished with 16 of 84 yards and a touchdown. Reggie Bonifant had 10 carries for 53. And, of course, Robbie Anderson finished 1 yard shy of another 100-yard game for him. Very effective. He has become a great asset to the team, as well as DJ Moore. So the Panthers receivers, they have the weapons and what it takes. They can get it around to whoever they want anytime, any place that they desire to have that. As long as Bridgewater, of course, the offensive line looked better. Like I said, Russell Okung and Dennis Staley, neither one of those were in the game this week. Hopefully they'll come back next game or improve to get better on the next week's game. So hoping they'll get better. But the offensive line held up. They didn't give up any sacks this week, which is a good thing. Arizona did, however, get one. Panthers did get 1 sack on Kyler Murray, which was good. Murray ended up finishing 24 of 31. Those were short passes. Don't let the numbers fool you. He was effective on getting short passes. They didn't go deep. Jackson and Douglas did not allow them to go deep at all. But Murray did have 3 touchdowns and 1 sack. They basically the last 4-5 minutes, they were being more conservative, just running the ball, killing time off the clock, playing a lot of zone, letting stuff be in front of them rather than giving up anything deep. They played that pretty much well all game long in playing the zone, and it was the stuff in front of them that they were giving up as far as that. Hopkins, of course, I was worried about him. DeAndre Hopkins, they held him to 7 catches for only 41 yards. Of course, like I said, Murray also led in rushing for them, 6 carries for 78 rushing yards. Most of them were on that. He wasn't getting out all over the place. He wasn't running wild on them, and that's what they needed to do. That's what I said in my preview video, was that they needed to try to contain him, keep him in the pocket. And for the most part, outside of that long drive they had, where they scored, where he got 2 long runs, they pretty much did that. Most of his running was done on that particular drive. So they did what they needed to do. The defense did everything they do to pull out the win today. And of course, like I said, Arizona didn't get any sacks on the Panthers. So the final total yardage of the Panthers, they had 444 yards compared to 262 yards for the Arizona Cardinals. So it's a great win. It puts us, and like I said, the rounding score, as you see here, was 31-21. The Panthers were able to hold on. They go to 2-2 for the season. We'll see how the Tampa Bay game is. And the Saints is a real tight position in there. But it was a great game, Panther Nation. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Like and share these videos. I try to drop them as soon as I can for all Panther Nation, any football fans. Hope you enjoyed. Any criticisms, anything you want to say, drop them in the comments. I'll answer them, or I'll try to hear good advice if you can. So, Panther Nation, this is Bill Mack. Like I said, thanks for all the support. Any of those subscribe, I do appreciate it, and watch this link to the video. Just give me a thumbs up. So, this is Bill Mack here for the Panther Prowl, saying, keep pounding, Panther Nation.